So here we are, and this is what the Vernon's fire station looks like in the office. And it says Vernon
Hello.
Fire District.
Hello.
Here for our placard thingy. Hi everyone. So we came to the Vernon Fire Department and we came to get our little placard thing. If you notice over there, they have one there. It's like for your address where the fire department has to respond or anything like that. You can come, and it depends on where you live though. Our area is Vernon for the fire department. So if you're closer to Concho, there's another little fire department over there. But you can get these, and then that way it's easier for them to identify your property if they have to respond, because, you know, being out kind of rural and stuff like that, it might be a little harder for them to find it if they can't see this. So
Okay, what else did you get aside from that?
so what they also have is because there's like no house and stuff like that there, and you know, a lot of those properties like that, because they're raw, it's not like where you have a normal house where you have, you know, like the homeowner insurance or the house insurance, things like that. And because there's no house there, they have a thing. It's kind of like an insurance where if they do have.
So I wanted to show you guys the Vernon Fire District paperwork. So the program that we bought was an insurance, and it's a contract service program. So you can opt into this. It's optional. It's not something you have to do here in Apache County. But we opted for it because it's actually going to save us some money in the breakdown costs of when there's fire incidents. So we opt into this. It's only $120, but you can see what cost per hour is for each thing that they had to come out and do for the incidents. So if you're not covered, these are charges that you can incur when you're not covered. Not a lot of people are not aware of that when they get the fire department plaque for their property address.
Have to respond, then they go over to your house and stuff like that, ambulance and everything. It covers their response, because if we didn't have that, then they would probably charge us a lot more. So we got that as well. And that's, she said for the year it was like $120, I believe, but we just did a prorated because we're like partial year coming in. And then she said if you start building on your property, homes or any other structures and stuff like that, that price can go up. But that's another cost that you have to look at besides like land taxes and things like that.
And it is optional.
Yes.
Right. And what was the other cost that we paid for? Was a burn permit?
Yeah, so we got the burn permit. So if you have a bunch of brush, you know, you're chopping trees down and stuff like that, and you need to burn a big pile of brush, you don't want your neighbors calling on you that there's a fire or something. So they give you a burn permit. So if you have to do bigger fires like that, and it's gonna, you know, let off a lot more smoke and stuff, you call the number first and you ask them first, you know, hey, is it okay to do a big burn? They'll tell you yes or no, depending on the weather. And then if it is okay, then you go ahead, do your burn. So if somebody does call it in, they know that it's you burning stuff. And then when you're done, you have to call the number again and let them know that you're done. And that way it saves them a trip of going out there and trying to charge you or anything like that, or your neighbors calling saying, hey, there's a fire over here.
So we're gonna head back inside, and we're gonna finish up our service here and make our payment so that we can get our subscription for our insurance. So one of the things that you're gonna need is you're gonna need your PO box, and you're gonna need to know that your county address, if you have one. If not, you have to fill out an application to get an address, and that's all part of the process. So before you go through this step with the plaque, all that has to be done first. And then the subscription is optional. You don't have to have one, but we just choose to have one.
Yeah, and another little tip too, when you're doing things like that, even though this is, you know, a fire department, they do accept credit cards, but a lot of places that do accept credit cards up here want to charge you fees and stuff. So a lot of the places they're a little more like old school. They prefer cash. So when you come up to these areas, try to have cash with you, or go to the bank and get cash when you have to go out and get storage units or anything like that.
Right. Okay.
There's a post office there.
Yeah, there's a post office right here. So if you're going to be out here, depending on where your property is, this is where you would have to go to the fire department, and the post office is here. And look at those views over there, so beautiful. I am gonna try and show you guys the gravel place as well. It's down here.
Their offices.
Their offices.
Yeah.
So this is 20. Okay, let me see if I can get you guys a closer look at those homes up in the hill. Peek through there.
This property here.
So this is a lot of land and homes here. So out here in Apache County, you have different pockets of towns. There's Vernon, there's St. John's, there's
Springerville,
Show Low, Hoover,
Pine Top,
Ware.
Yeah, a whole bunch of little towns up here. Concho. There's a
refuge
station.
station.
To take your trash there.
Are we almost at the gravel place?
Not yet. It's closer to when we get to, before we get to the Y.
Yeah. And this is where a lot of believers come out to live. So you can see there's faith all around, and they're not ashamed. And I think that that's one of the reasons people are so nice out here too, is because you have people with faith in the Lord.
That's the one I was trying to show you.
Some more properties up in the hill there. So in this video, we're just giving you guys a tour for those who are thinking about moving out this way, what the area looks like. And that's probably going to be one of our videos, is showing other areas that's around the Show Low, Pine Top, and Concho, Vernon, Hoover areas. And for those who are desiring that retirement lifestyle ahead of time, you know, you get to travel and try different places, and I would recommend Ware and stay at one of their cabins. It's really beautiful there. Quiet, small little town. Super small, but it's worth it.
They also have Eager up here.
Yeah, Eager. Hondo, I think it's called. Where the casino. Hondo or Hondo.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's a little casino resort. They have it looks kind of like a lodge inside. It's pretty neat in there. There's the office right here for the gravel. That right there where it says blessed, sacred something. That's actually the office for you to purchase the gravel.
Yeah, I think they mentioned that they were gonna be moving, and they were selling their land to I think it was like a Catholic school or something like that. So last time we went, here's storage here. The other thing we're finding out here about storage is they're pretty pricey.
Yeah, and a lot of them are usually pretty full too.
Yeah. So that's the reason why we were leaning towards getting a container and using that as storage. Mm-hmm. And
so I did get a contact number for a person up here that deals with storage containers. So while we're up here, I'm going to try to reach out to him and see if we can go and get some pricing and stuff from him.
Yes, I believe one of our subscribers had a question about the name of the company out here. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna try and get that for you. think if I remember correctly, it was MS Homestead. So
Yeah.
we're gonna try and get that information
That
for
for the
you and
shipping
your
container?
husband. Yeah, for
Yeah.
the name of the shipping container company. I know we visited the one in Tucson, but
Well, this guy that I did speak to him on the phone, and he said he kind of just does it more on the side. I believe he said his dad was in like the propane business or something, but he does sell the shipping containers as well, more of a side business. So there's a lot of places up here that, yeah. And then this is the Dollar General. What is this called? They call this area where we just went by as the Y because of the two different. And then this is the Stanford store. Right behind there, they have where you can get, if you have your own tote and trailer, you can fill up water there.
So now we're what road are we on?
We're on 61? The 61, I believe it's
and
called.
Vernon was on the 60 or 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're heading up towards Concho, Arizona.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead, go get the trailer and get that back on the property, and we're gonna set up over there, and hopefully we won't be having to deal with that a whole lot anymore as we're getting ready to go get the tiny home trailer. We're gonna go ahead and give you our testimony of what happened. So we've been on the market since the November, December timeframe, and we've had a lot of traffic but not any offers. And so we were trying to decide if we're gonna rent or if we're gonna keep the house on the market. And after praying, the Lord opened up a door. There was like a change that needed to take place. So during that change, the same time that we were doing the change, and I'm just saying this because we're not allowed to give information, but during that change of our real estate that took place, we end up at the same time signing paperwork to cancel and then sign more paperwork to start with the new company. And when we did that, and just a little bit of background, the company was retiring, so they weren't going to be in business anymore. So the realtor was able to take the transaction with her. So we had an open house, and from that open house came a buyer, and so now we're under contract.
Yes.
So thank you guys who all prayed for us. We had asked for prayer requests, and the Lord showed me something. He showed me how we had waited and we were praying and we felt like there was no answer. And so we asked you guys to be in agreement and pray for us concerning the house. And in so doing, there had to be a change. And when we change over, the same time that we were working on our paperwork, as soon as we were done, the buyer had their offer and we accepted it. So again, we were questioning, like, our home usually sells quickly
within a few days.
Yeah, so we're like, what's going on? And then it had been months, and we're like, Lord, we thought we heard right, and there's no traffic, maybe we misunderstood. And we had where we had went out to the property 6 times and we still couldn't find anything. The property that we were desiring, which was a lot more acreage, they ghost us. The seller ghosted us. And so we couldn't figure out what was going on. So we started to pray and asking you guys to pray with us. And then he showed me that we actually got our contract the same day. like what usually happened to us. So a lot of times we may think that, you know, as we're hearing the call to go off-grid, we might think that, you know, we misunderstood, but God's timing is perfect. And he works all things out in our favor. So we just, although there's times that we want to give up, you know, that he has reassured us that through this journey and through what happened, that we can rely totally on him to make things possible where it seems to be no way, you know. And so I'm just thankful that when we're obedient to God and his principles of how we're supposed to trust him with our decisions for our lifestyle, that he comes out and his glory is shown. Now we have the testimony that our home was on the market for a matter of what you call hours. We had the offer and the accepted contract, and it was not just any offer, but it was an offer that we could accept, you know, that would help us with our goals. So we just wanted to share that with you guys. And then another thing happened. So Michael, you want to share?
So along with us in the answered prayer of our offer on the house, or actually we're under contract right now. I was able to put in my resignation at work, so you know, we're hoping to, or willing to be up here like mid-April, or you know, later in April, because we still got to get some stuff situated with the house, and still trying to get rid of furniture wise and things like that, because we're not going to be able to bring a lot of those things with us. So that's another reason why we were looking into the shipping container, because any stuff we bring up here from the house, because we still are going to have some stuff we're going to need to store it somewhere. So it's either going to be that, or we're going to have to find a storage unit somewhere up here.
Yeah. So we're thankful, because while we were doing our Bible study, the Lord kept showing us the month of Nisan, which happens to be April. And this is exactly how it's unfolding. So we may feel the urgency, and this is a lesson. We may feel the urgency to get things done, but we have to remember that God's timing is perfect, you know, and he works everything out according to his glory, you know, what's going to bring him glory. And so we were sitting on the market for all that time with no results, and then there was a change, a shift that took place. And through that shift, we were able to not only get the when and the how, but it was done. It's a defined miracle of answered prayer. And that's why we need to remember that when we choose to give God the glory, and when we choose to exalt him and trust him in the things that we're doing, he works everything out. So we just wanted to comfort you guys who are trusting God for your land. Remember that he's the God who answers, and he's the God who hears.
Yes.